Hello, my name is Tom Söderlund. I'm the CEO of Weld, and today I have with me in the studio Eric from Site Activity Index.
Hi, I'm Eric. I'm head of Site Activity Index, which is a measure that measures how much websites change over time. And I'm also helping Tom out with some minor projects in Weld.
And we're actually here to talk about the new Weld Creator version 4 that we're releasing today. I invited Eric to be sort of a conversation partner. We can talk about what's new in the new editor and what you can do with it and so on. So I'm going to jump into my little presentation here. So we've been working actually for a year on the new editor. I'm calling it Creator version 4 Donovan, after the female American inventor Marion Donovan. Basically, what's new in the new editor, we rebuilt it from the ground up to have a much higher quality than we had in the old version, and it's built also to be faster. We also have some new features that I'm going to dive into, but also some missing features. So I'm going to actually just jump into the tool itself. So this is the new Creator. It looks very similar to the old Creator, and at a quick glance you can't really tell them apart. But the big changes are on the inside. And I mentioned that it's faster, and one way you notice it's faster is when you go between different pages or screens in your project. Instead of like reloading the entire page, we just sort of refresh the parts of the screen that's has been changed. So you definitely notice a speed difference there. And I think for a lot of interactions in the tool, you'll notice that it's slightly faster. Another thing that's it's not very visible, but it's a big change, is how we work with your project, especially when it comes to undo, redo.
Okay.
So basically, every change you do in your project, if it's like changing text size or adding a layout, responsive layout, or adding another screen, whatever it is, we basically take a snapshot of your entire project every time. And if you then undo, we just roll back to the old version. So it feels super robust when you undo or redo things, which is quite a big difference with how it worked before. Jumping back to the presentation here, we do have some new features, and the one big change is video upload. I'm gonna show that straight away. We also have image carousels and zoom and layers. I'm gonna walk through all of those 4 features. So starting with video upload. In the past we had support for YouTube videos and Vimeo videos and so on. Now we have support for a lot of different videos, and we have drag and drop support so you can just drag a video up to the tool. And then stored on our servers. It works very similar to how you work with images, and it's very sort of seamless how you interact with video. And in the right panel you can toggle off controls. If you want like a background video, you can control looping, if it's autoplay or not. And one thing worth noticing is that if you want autoplay, you should probably toggle on mute as well, because a lot of browsers don't support autoplaying videos with sound. So that's good to know.
Do you support the most common like video formats, or is it just some video formats? Or
especially it's MP4 video. I'm not sure actually about if we do. I don't think we can take like AVI and MPEG and QuickTime Move videos. So I suspect it's mainly MP4 videos that we can use here.
And MKV, or?
Maybe, yeah. Another feature I mentioned briefly was image carousels. It's been part of Weld for some time. Now it's much easier to edit them than it was before. So we have, you can select images here and upload images. Let's see here, action blocks and fashion. And when you upload images, you will see them listed in the right panel. So up here you have like a small thumbnails to the images. You see the first image here, and you can also provide links to individual images. And if you link just the first image, then that link will apply to all the images. But then if you want to have a specific link for every image, you can add it here too.
Can you add a new image via drag and drop onto the carousel?
Not to the carousel, no. Only for like putting images on the background canvas, like normal image, not for the carousel.
Okay.
So images you can drag and drop like the video, but not for the carousel. You have to use the upload files button. Okay. And what else is new? We have Zoom. It's a feature people have been asking for since we started with Weld, and now we have it. We had to rebuild the editor to support it, but so now you can support zoom out on the canvas. You can zoom in again, and without sort of the whole interface becoming smaller. Just the canvas, and of course, like things, you can still move things around, and it behaves the way you expect it to work.
Is there a scroll bar at the bottom so you can? So if you zoom in, can you move around?
Yes. So you have a scroll bar here, so you can pan around in your project and sideways as well.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So we can now work with a canvas that's much bigger than your own.
Yeah, so you can zoom in and it'll be all right.
Yeah, cool. Exactly. And another thing that's new is we have layer support. So in the past, you could sort of organize your screen in layers with move front and back buttons. They used to be here in the right panel, but now they're here under screens. But now you actually see all the objects listed by their layer.
Nice.
So I can click on the carousel object here, and I can click on the front button, and you see this pops up to the top of the list. I can press Shift button if I just want to move it down one layer, and so on.
So now it's very easy to find objects that are hidden behind another
exactly,
object.
Yes. Actually, we do have small icons here. So if I toggle an object so it becomes hidden, I now see that little crossed over eye here indicates that the object is hidden.
Oh yeah. Nice.
For now, you can't click here, but you will be able to do that in the future.
Okay.
So you can toggle objects as hidden and locked just from this. But for now, you have to still control it. So you lock object here, and you see the little padlock goes dark there. So
and then you can't move it.
Then I can't move it, right?
Okay.
I have to unlock it by clicking there too. Okay. So I think that's going to be very helpful, especially when you are animating a lot of objects, and some are hidden, some are beneath something else, and so on.
Yeah.
So that's a great new feature. One thing that wasn't really designed as a feature, but more of a necessity how we built this, but turned out to be a feature, is the new preview feature. So preview now, in the old version, preview was sort of its own thing. Didn't work exactly like the code that you put on your own website to showing Weld content. Now it's exactly the same code running here to render the content as you would use when you embed the content on your own website.
Okay.
So it's truly sort of what you see is what you get experience. Nice. So if your content looks good in preview, it should look perfectly fine in on your own website as well. But then we have the question: what's missing? The new creator is still a work in progress, or I mean, we're actively developing it. Some feature we haven't yet transported over to the new creator, and those are, for instance, A/B testing and scheduling. Something that's not yet here. If I click publish, it's very slimmed down screen versus the old creator. So I only have the embed and project info tabs, whereas in the old Creator I have many more tabs. However, to access those features, I can always click the old Creator button and access all those. I will then access the old Creator, and I can access all the features that I'm missing.
So you could design your project in the new one and then go to the old one and
exactly
still do all the things you want to do.
Yeah, if you just want to like set up your analytics or scheduling or A/B testing and things like that, you can manage that from here. I mean, it's not the settings will still be preserved even though you're working with the old Creator. But these features will end up in the new Creator eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have do you know when or?
It will happen in the next couple of months,
okay.
I would say, because we are prioritizing these features together with other features that might be new, but people are requesting them more. Like I know grouping objects is highly requested. We're working on our new big feature that's called Weld data, where we can link external data sources into Weld to show like pricing and product information and so on. So in the next couple of months, I would say.
Okay.
As usual, you can always get help if you feel lost in the tool and you need some help. You can always press the help button and then chat with support, and you have access to us in the team, and we can talk to you. And otherwise, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me at tom@weld.io. And that's it. I hope you like the new Creator. You will find it on creator.weld.io. Use the same login as for the normal Weld, and good luck.